Hello and welcome to episode 13 of Youth Squad Prospects 4 with Morecambe, and today it is time for the season review. As you can see, we did a fantastic job by the manager rating. There's the message from the board. We just completed the financial objective. Keep salary growth under 20%. We did that. We were going to pass that with flying colours because we had to sell the real life players. So no worries there, and we, as you can see, completed all of the objectives, which was really nice. Both youth development ones, brand exposure. I even did the long-term one for the domestic success. So next season I think it might be to finish mid-table or even fight for promotion. My personal goal is to get up from the league, maybe even automatically. I'm not sure, we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But first I do have some things to cover in this season review, so let's get right into it. First, we sent the scouts out right after the end of last episode. The first one went to Japan as it was a suggestion from the touring bus. Then the second was a suggestion by not one but two people. Mr. P Gaming wanted me to scout for the next Castaneda, and Sam Vanel was a little bit more specific to go for a winger, so I decided to cram them both in this one for Giovanni Guidi. And then the final scout report was a suggestion by Call of Gaming to go to Brazil for a winger. And let me have a look at the youth academy. We signed up Jamie Moore last time out. 54 overall, 78 and 94 potential, that is solid. Then of course from the first scout reports we got Miguel Cruz. 49 overall, another playmaker, doesn't look as nice to be honest, and he's older as well. He's older, shorter, less potential, a lot lower in overall. I think Jamie Moore is going to take the reins unless his weak point skill moves are poor. Then we had an absolute gem of a player from Venezuela, Lino Cortez. Overall of 61, 68 and 94 potential isn't the greatest. He is 5'6", which is a shame. The players missing here are the ones that dropped in overall and potential and were no longer good enough. So don't worry about them, they're not signed to the club. Erwin Cunningham, what a centre-back we picked from the Republic of Ireland. What a lad. And then of course Lucas Rogerson, still 15 years old. 53 overall, that guy is going to be a beast. Right, I've already gone through the youth academy. Then next up is to have a look at the table. MK Dons, Lincoln and Mansfield all get up from League 2 to League 1. Exeter, Grimsby, Macclesfield and Swindon have played the playoffs. Shall we find out right now how that ended? Exeter City are going up to League 1. They have beaten Grimsby Town by 2-0. And the fourth place team, same in the Serie B with Parma, the best place team on the table goes up to the next division. Always nice to see that because it's a bit fair and a lot more representative of the table. One thing I forgot to do in the Parma save was to have a look at the other leagues. Let's have a look at the Premier League. Manchester United won it on goal difference. 5 goals apart from Manchester City, points are the same at 85. Arsenal and Chelsea round up the top 4 with Liverpool just missing out. Bad season for them, I guess. Then Spurs, Everton, Southampton, let's see who dropped. Newcastle just survived there. And Bournemouth, Huddersfield and Cardiff City all going down to the Championship. Stoke and Bristol will play in the Premiership, and either Nottingham Forest, Middlesbrough, Villa or Derby County are going to join them in the top flight. Then going down we have Birmingham, Bolton, Ipswich and Rotherham United. Oxford United and Barnsley had a great title race, finished on level points. Just with the goal difference, Oxford United won it. And Sunderland is also going up to the Championship again. Scunthorpe, Burton, Charlton and Peterborough are going to face each other in the playoffs. And going down we've got Gillingham, Doncaster, recently promoted Accrington Bastard Stanley, and Wickham are also going down. They are going down to League 2, and in Ligue 1, Olympique Lyon took the crown from Paris and AS Monaco. In France, we had quite the title race. Lyon, Paris Saint-Germain and AS Monaco all went for it, 85 points each. But the best goal difference goes to Lyon. Then PSG finishes ahead of Monaco. They have to go to the playoffs to be in the Champions League, I think. They might even have to play Europa League. Yeah, which is really odd. Then Bundesliga, Bayern stole the title, 4 points from Dortmund, and then 4 more points to Leverkusen. And going down is Freiburg and Augsburg. Hanover has to play that relegation game against Ingolstadt, so one of them two is gonna... Whoever wins that game goes to the Bundesliga, and the other one stays in the lower division. In Serie A, Juventus took the crown, 18 points above from AC Milan. Roma and Napoli rounded the top 4. And going down, Bologna, Spal and Frosinone, they are down to the second division. In Serie B, Benevento won again, but Crotone and Palermo finished second and third this time. Compare this Serie B to the one that has been played in Parma. La Spezia finished 10th, Brescia finished 8th, Cosenza finished bottom again, Foggia down in 13th. Then Eredivisie, Ajax took the crown, 8 points rather away from PSV, 10 from Feyenoord. Well, that was easy for them, wasn't it? Then in Liga NOS, Porto took the crown from Benfica by goal difference, 83 points each. Rivals Sporting finish in 9 points behind in third place. They're going to have to settle with Europa League football. And same with Sporting Braga. Celtic won the Scottish Premiership over their rivals Rangers. Real Madrid somehow won La Liga, 2 points away from their major rivals Barcelona, and 8 points away from their city rivals Atletico Madrid. Valencia finished right behind the top 3, and they're gonna have to play the playoffs to play in the Champions League. And going down, we've got Huesca, Real Valladolid and Rayo Vallecano. Deportivo La Coruña are going to be back in La Liga. Young Boys win in Switzerland, finishing ahead of Basel. Very interesting table there. In the Turkish league, Besiktas, Fenerbahce and Galatasaray all finish on 72 points. But Besiktas win it by goal difference. Ridiculously close. All of the other leagues are still being played, so yeah, not gonna go through them. I'm gonna promote Jamie Moore. I feel he's gonna be an important part of the team going forward, so we'll do that. And same with Lino Cortez. If he's not gonna be useful now, he'll never be, so we might as well promote him. And let's have a look at the squad hub, and let's have a look at the players in more detail. So first, before I forget, we need to have a look at the ones expiring contracts. Krav is going to renew his contract for another 3 years. Then Jeremy Redenton is going to stay for another 3 years. And hopefully Chumacero as well. Yes, that is perfect, on the same wage and everything. And one of the real players is actually expiring contract, which is really nice. At least one is going out the door. Right, have a look at the players then. Ian Murphy first, 66 overall, gone up by 2. Great keeper, but Ian Murphy overall of 66, gone up by 2. He's been alright as a backup, but I kind of expected more from him. He had 3 clean sheets in 7 games, 6.0 average in the league, in the Checker Trade Trophy, and in total. FA Cup had a slightly worse time there. He's not a bad keeper by any means, but I thought he was better than that. For a 66 overall keeper, he was disappointing. And he had to play out of the net for most of the time as well. Same with Yannick Mallet, 66 overall, gone up by 4. 6'2" as well. I mean, he doesn't really have a game in the net, if I can recall correctly. All of the 6 games he played, got an assist and 2 clean sheets, 7.2 average. This guy didn't actually play in goalkeeper. I think all of his games were at centre-back, so not bad, but at the same time, he's a goalkeeper, so he kind of got carried away by the actual outfielders. Then Liam McNeil, the captain, has potential to be special. If there's one keeper I wanted to have that status, it was definitely on Liam McNeil. So I'm glad that is the case. He took the Golden Glove, had a clean sheet in the FA Cup, 7.0 average in the league. Throughout 45 games, that's a good average to have. 15 clean sheets, that's a clean sheet every 3 games. That is solid. And 6'2" as well, medium work rates. His reactions are going up really nicely. Didn't even train the kid. 50 positioning somehow. Probably why he conceded that corner at the end of the season. Not sure how that happened, but I think it was more of a gameplay. Some of the gameplay mechanics that they've gone for this year. Just rushing the keepers out from the corner. Yeah, great keeper to have. Couldn't ask for a better captain. Giuseppe Mariani, overall of 52, gone up by 5. 7 games in the league, 8 in total. He did alright. Did an alright job. 7.2 average, 7.3 in total. Basically that game in the FA Cup, bumping it up a little bit. No technical stats, even though it doesn't feel like it. And really good physicals for a 52 overall player, of course. 5'11", wished he was taller, but weak foot and skill moves are just fine. And he can play on either side of the defense or even in the centre. He can do all of the back 4 positions, even though he's 5'11". Good season for Mariani, just isn't really good enough to make it in the first team. Connor Price, overall of 58, gone up by 3. Really don't have a lot to say about this kid. Didn't really play. 2 games, 6.8 average. That weak foot and skill moves really ruin him. Especially the weak foot. If he had 1-star skill moves and 2-star weak foot, I'd be a lot happier with him. 6 foot, low high work rates, everything else is fine. Good stats on the ball even, which is surprising. And stamina and jumping being his best stats. What's this? Oh, long throwing. That's a real player. Never mind. Morgan Lewis, 60 overall, has no potential. Hasn't gone up because he doesn't have the potential. We need to boost him. Might even start training him. 22 games, 8 clean sheets, all in the league. Had a game in the FA Cup where he was really decent. 7.1 average in the league, and in total 1 yellow card. That's not too bad for a defender like Lewis. In 22 games to only pick up a yellow card. That's alright. 5-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, 6'3". I mean, the guy's a physical specimen right here. He can run. He can jump, he can out-muscle someone, really aggressive, and on the ball stats, he is ridiculous, isn't he? His marking is a bit low, but he's more of a sweeper in that back 3. But he's really good aerially, and he's been our best defender. He's been hands down our best defender for the season. Alexander Krav, overall of 61, gone up by 8. 28 games in the league, 30 in total, picked up a goal and a 7.1 average. I mean, I expected more from Krav simply because he was 6'7", but he's just not good enough on the ball. That's a big problem with him. I thought he would be better than he actually is. Might even start training him there. Trained him a bit in the defensive stats. And yeah, the guy is really good defensive wise, but even trying to play a ball with him, he's got brick feet. You just can't do it. Great season nonetheless for Krav. Great season for Krav nonetheless. Picked up 9 clean sheets, 10 in total. That's a clean sheet every 3 games on average. It's not a bad season for Krav. It's a good season, but there's room for improvement there. Same to say about Jeremy Redenton. He scored a goal in 30 appearances in the league, 33 in total. 9 clean sheets all in the league, 2 yellow cards, 7.0 average. That's alright, 6'5". And he's a lot better on the ball, even though he's got worse stats. What is that? That is ridiculous. Anyway, this guy is a bit weaker than Krav and Lewis, but he's better on the ball than Krav, so he does have quite the use. And he's really agile. He is really agile, even though he is only 55 on that stat, which is annoying. Really good defensive stats. I trained him up in the start, and right at the end of the season as well, kept on training him. Stopped during the course of the season. Good season for Redenton. I thought he was better than Krav, even though the stats say otherwise. Michel Gallo, exciting prospect, my goodness. 62 overall, gone up by 7. Been training him a lot in the finishing department and on attacking stuff. 32 appearances, 1 goal and assist, 11 clean sheets, 35 in total. 6.8 average, 5-star, 5-star. I mean, do I even need to say anything about this guy? Just look at him. God. He's gone up a lot in overall because I trained him strength. Now I'm training his sprint speed a lot. I switched that in the course of the season. Ball control, short pass, shot power and finishing going up tremendously. He'll be playing strike or centre forward, something like that next season, no doubt. He is good enough already. He's got the 60 finishing that I was aiming for. And look at them physicals. God, that is disgustingly good. Looking forward to play with him in pre-season. Harvey Harris, the only natural left back we've got at the club. 58 overall, gone up by 3. I mean, not a bad season. He did the job. I think he's better out of the 2 Australian. I think he's the better out of the 2. I think he's the better man out of him and Price, so I played him a lot more than him. But Mariani was here beforehand, and Harris kind of took that role with him. 7.3 average. He was a decent defender. 4 clean sheets. That's a clean sheet every 2 games. 5'11", again, a little bit smaller. I wish he had 6 foot like Price does, because he deserves it. High medium work rate is fine. Physicals are on point. That's what you want for a wing back. He can cross the ball, he can mark, and he can defend, and he can pass the ball. That's about it for a wing back. That's what you need. Solid season for Harris. Not much to say about him. He's been decent, being competent in that spot, and that's what you want for a defender, for him to be consistent. Valerio Guidi, overall of 60, gone up by 2. This guy is the exact opposite. He had an on and off season throughout it. Harris was consistent, kind of took the place from Guidi sometimes in the starting 11. 33 games, 36 in total, 1 assist, 8 clean sheets of the 9 in the league, 1 yellow card, 6.9 average. It's not a bad season for Guidi, but for a 60 overall player, I expected more. 6'2", the weak foot and the skill moves, not the best, but he is a defensive-minded CDM. He's alright in the physical department and alright in the technical department, but he doesn't really stand out. And for a 60 overall player, I think I kind of expected him to stand out. Next up, Josh Campbell. He played just the 1 game at the end of the season, 6.6 average. Not much to say about him. Have to wait for the pre-season. Good stats all around. Got a lot of growing to do though if he wants to reach his potential. Reece White, 51 overall, gone up by 2. 6 appearances in the league, 2 clean sheets. Superb win coming on. He felt a lot better on the ball than most of our defenders. 6.9 average. And 6'4", that's what you want. Especially for someone who's going to play centre back. The work rates are fine for that as well. Physicals are there. Technicals still need to grow. But they're alright already for a 51 overall CDM. They're really decent, if you ask me. But we'll have to wait and see for next season how he grows. Tibor Kisely, overall of 57, gone up by 3. 11 games, a goal, and a 6.7 average rating from the Czech Republic. 5'10", high-low work rates. Felt like a unit down the wing, which is unique. Feels like more the David Beckham type of winger. He can run, but he's better with the deliveries and on the ball rather than running to the byline and whipping it in. Feels a lot better cutting inside and crossing it from a standing position rather than just running with the ball, even though he can do that. He's a lot smarter than most of the wingers, which I like about him. And the weak foot and the skill moves are not a problem. And he's actually taller than most of the wingers. He can pass the ball, he can have a dig from down the park or from the free kick. He is good on the ball. Crossing is not the best, even though it didn't feel like that. He felt a lot better than 49. And a good season for Kitsley all around. He only had 11 games. He was promoted at the end of the season, basically. Peter Farrell, overall of 57, gone up by 2 from Northern Ireland. 32 games, 35 in the league. A goal, 2 assists, 6.6 average. He was really good at the start of the season. He felt really good, but then he just started to lose gas. And his momentum kind of went at the end of the season. He needs some holidays. We'll see how he does in the pre-season. He looks an alright winger. He's quick, and the problem with him is that he's got no stamina or strength, which is the case with most of our wingers. 74 ball control, curve dribbling, he can do it down the wing. He's another player that really likes to go down to the byline, but he can't really do that for 2 halves. He can only do that for 1. He has to be subbed at half time all the time. And one thing that I like about him is that he really helps with his defensive duties. He does them correctly. And not really much attacking output. Like Barbier, overall of 52, gone up by 2. Only the 1 appearance, 6.1 average. Might sell him simply because of that 1-star weak foot. And this guy had the potential to be something, but he decided to have 1-star weak foot. What can you do? 5'7". Didn't feel great when I played him. Might be a little unfair to him. We're gonna give him the pre-season, see how he does then, and reevaluate him. Because right now, if we had gone through the pre-season, I'd sell him. No doubt. After we sell the real players first, of course. Then Anthony Gibbs, overall of 48, gone up by 2. Didn't really have a lot of game time. Only 2 games, 6.6 average. He felt better than Loic Barbier because he can actually play in the centre. He can do the job as a centre mid, as a CDM. Even though he's not great either going forward or defending, he does have the physicals that help him do that. And he's got really good finishing. I've just noticed that. Really good finishing. Didn't really got to test that out, unfortunately. Then, of course, Janya is going to Newport County, yeah. Thomas O'Byrne, 49 overall, gone up by 4. Just had his kit upgrade at the end of the season, and deservingly so. Look at that for a season. 3 goals, 3 assists in 40 games, 37 in the league, 5 clean sheets, 6.9 average, scored some really important goals. and had some stellar assists that helped us in the league as well. 5'9", 3-star on the skill moves, 5-star weak foot. He isn't really quick. He does have just about enough gas tank for this division, but on the ball, free kick accuracy, long shots, curve. He's just really good on the ball. Jamie Moore, just promoted him right now, can play centre mid or cam. 54 overall playmaker, 3-star, 2-star, low high work rates. That's bad for a playmaker. You want him to be higher in the attacking work rate than in the defensive one. But he might be good at CDM. We'll have to wait and see for the pre-season. Physicals are not great, just the agility is good enough and the balance. And in the stats, he's really good at curved free kicks. He's a dead ball specialist. Dribbling, crossing is alright, short pass as well. Just a shame that his finishing and his ball control are really poor. We needed more from those. Especially the ball control. Another left-footed player. Bruno Chumacero, overall of 56, gone up by 6. A Bolivian international here. 35 games, 32 of which in the league. 2 goals, 8 assists, 7 clean sheets. He does help us a lot defending. He tracks back really nicely. He played striker for the last end of the season. Did a great job at left mid as well. He can play on both of them positions, even at centre forward, as an inside forward. Scored 2 goals, but most importantly, he had the assists. He was setting them up. He was the target man, just laying it off to his partners. 2-star, 4-star, 6'4", high-low work rates. Need to train his finishing to be a striker. Did train that a little bit. Trained more the sprint speed and the strength, which was really poor on him. And he does feel a lot better now. So that's great. Another left-footed player here. Carlos Mendes Gomez is going to St. Pat's. That's the other transfer that is left to be done when the transfer window opens. Jordan Morgan, 52 overall, gone up by 1. Didn't got to play, unfortunately. 5'11", 3-star, 4-star. Doesn't like to work hard for his money, which is quite sad. Physical is not great. Just again, the agility, balance, and even the acceleration are alright. But his technicals, for a playmaker, for a 52 overall, are really good. That's round about what you'd expect. Just gone up by 1. He was promoted at the end of the season. Another left-footed player. And Tyler Clark, overall of 51, gone up by 1. Had 1 assist in the only game he played. 8.3 average. Good performance by him. Look forward to his future. 4-star, 4-star is also a good indicator. 5'11", really tall for a central attacking midfielder. High medium work rates. Another left-footed player. We're filled with lefties, man. Physicals are really good, just the stamina and the strength are a bit of a problem. He did get him on in that game, so maybe a 1-out performance. We'll have to wait and see for the pre-season, but I think he does have a really good future here at the club. Short pass is alright, curve, ball control, dribbling and the volleys are there. Needs to work on his finishing and his long shots. Maybe even training him in the defensive stats for him to do more of the defending as well. But all in all, good player here. Very good player. Rate him over Jordan Morgan, even though he's got a great name. It rhymes and everything. Antonio Santoro, overall of 56, gone up by 2. Cracking free kick he had at the end of the season. 34 games of the 37 in total. 5 goals and 2 assists, a clean sheet and a yellow card. 6.8 average. Good season, but with them stats on the ball, sometimes he's just too easily pushed off the ball. That's the only thing with the Santoro. Strength is nowhere near what it needs to be. But on the ball stats, he can run with it, he can pass, he can have a dig from down the park, he can go all the way. He can do it all. He's really balanced. And he's really on the same level as O'Byrne. Really at the same level, these two. He's in the same level as O'Byrne. They feel exactly the same. Very similar types of players, even though Byrne is a lot better defensive-wise, simply because the strength is a lot better. Even if the defensive stats aren't great there, he feels a lot better defensive-wise than Santoro. High-low work rates, that is perfect for his position. He has played inside forward at the start of the season as well, and he did quite a job there. Nicola Russo, our top goal scorer, has no potential, unfortunately. I'll try and boost him or train him up. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. He definitely has a future for next season. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. 53, gone up by 1. At least he had the 1 because of his 10 goals. Cracked double figures, the only player to do so. 3 assists, 12 clean sheets. Even played centre mid. 7.1 average, that's a goal every 4 games. That's a goal every 4 games, so I'm happy with his performance throughout the season. 3-star, 4-star, 5'8", high-low work rates, right-footed, finally a right-footed player, for Christ's sake. And good physical stats, especially the agility and balance. That allows him to turn on a dime when he needs to. Dribbling, curve and ball control are there. That has definitely helped him with the long shots. Pulled off some cracking goals, even with 38 finishing. And it was worse throughout the season. Unbelievable performances by Russo. Mikkel Svensson, 55 overall, gone up by 2. This guy, crucial in some games, in others he just disappeared. Very odd one. 18 appearances, 3 goals and 4 clean sheets. That's a goal every 6 games. 7.0 average, had a good game in the FA Cup there with 7.1. And has scored some really important goals for us. Even last episode, scored the winner against Macclesfield. High-low work rates, 3-star, 3-star. He's just a bit short for my liking, but he doesn't feel really hurt by that. Good acceleration, sprint speed, agility and balance again. Same with Russo. Russo's just a little bit better in every department. And on the ball stats are ridiculously good. Everything just looks so nice for a 55 overall striker. Just needs to work on his finishing. Shame that all the strikers get really poor finishing. Then next up, Ewan Shaw, overall a 54, gone up by 1. Alright season for him, 5 games, didn't score, didn't assist, didn't have a single clean sheet though. 6.3 average. Didn't feel as good as he would be. Maybe because the CPU AI only thing is really just only for the CPU. I don't know, man. I don't know why that still exists. 3-star on the skill moves, 4-star on the weak for 5'11", high-low work rates. Feels really good as a unit and setting up the attacks with the link-up play rather than finishing it himself. Same with Russo and Svensson, can turn on a dime whenever he feels like. He does have the best stamina out of the lot. He does have great stamina, same with Russo, that's another thing I like about him. And on the ball stats, he's probably the most balanced out of the 3. Really good player here, even though he didn't score or assist in this season. Then next up, Kamil Pokorny, 56 overall, gone up by 2. Had an alright season, 8 games, an assist and no clean sheets. 6.8 average in League 2, 6.9 in total because of them 2 games in the FA Cup. And just that 1-star weak foot. He's sure he's got the 1-star weak foot, medium work rates. It's just a shame that he has that 1-star weak foot. He could have been the next Rybar, but he had to have 1-star weak foot, didn't he? I'm not sure about his future. As a centre forward, he's definitely not going to play there. He's better in midfield. And physical stats are there. Technical stats are there. Probably the best centre forward if he didn't have 1-star weak foot. So he'll definitely have to play in midfield. He's not playing centre forward. Then Lino Cortez, exciting prospect, 61 overall. Just promoted him from Venezuela, 3-star, 4-star, that's nice. Another left-footed player, my god. Medium low, work rates 5'6", that's a bit of a shame. And physical stats are there, they're quite tasty, and on the ball stats, oh wow. That is something I've never seen before. 53 finishing, the crossing is decent, the curve, the free kick accuracy, the ball control. And then physicals, man. He's going to be a tough cookie to handle. Even if he's 5'6", he's got 54 strength, so he does have something there, which is good to see. Dylan Brennan overall a 55, gone up by 4. Utility man most of the time, could play either on the wings or an inside forward. Even did strike for the start of his career. Started off with a blimer. Fantastic performance, scored on his debut. 3 goals, 3 assists in 21 games, all in the league. 6.8 average. Kind of lost a bit of gas after that debut, couldn't follow it up. 3 clean sheets as well. It's his favourite number, it's number 3. Doesn't like to work hard for his money, unfortunately. 3-star, 4-star, another bloody lefty. 5'11", quick, and can about control the ball. So that's about right, and he can finish. That's why I played him in strike. He can finish. But for those long shots, he can also play as an inside forward. So kind of alternated them two. And sometimes he even had to do a job on the flanks with them physicals, which is the best part about him. Then next up, Brian Duffy, overall a 54, gone up by 2. Alright winger, just a bit part-time player though. Didn't really set the world alight. 23 games of the 27 was in the league. 6.7 average with 1 assist and 2 clean sheets. Did have another assist in the FA Cup. 6.8 average in total. That's why 5'9", medium work rates. The 2-star weak foot and 2-star skill moves kind of hurt him, because I can't do more than just a couple of step overs and a couple of ball rolls. That's about it that he can do. But he is quick. He's got enough stamina to not be hurt by that. And technicals, he's just good on the ball and crossing the ball. That's about what he can do. So he's really good as a wide man. And he really does help defensive wise, which I like about him as well. I can trust on him to put a shift in. That's about right. Pierce O'Neill for overall of 49, gone up by 1. Only had 45 minutes of game time, so I'm not going to judge him on that. Looks really promising. 4-star, 3-star, 5'10", high-low work rates. Perfect build for a striker if you ask me. Just needs a bit of strength, and technicals are there. The technicals are there, just his finishing, but then again, all strikers have poor finishing. For some strange ass reason, the EA just make all of them look bad, and they still haven't got around to patch that. But overall, high hopes for this kid. We'll have to wait for next season. Gabriele Ferrari, overall of 49, gone up by 5. 17 games, 2 clean sheets of the 20 games. 20 games in total, 2 clean sheets, all into 17 games in the league. 6.7 average there and 6.6 in total. Just didn't really play a lot. Just in and out of the team. 4-star, 3-star, 5'7". Again, doesn't like to work for his money, but his pace is the best thing about him. And as you can see, I had to train him with sprint speed sooner or later, didn't I? Just that name, man. Ball control, curve, dribbling are there. Free kick accuracy is the best out of the lot, tied with long shots. Then next up, Dominic Baker, overall of 51, gone up by 3. 19 games of the 21 in total were played in the league. 2 goals, 3 assists, 3 clean sheets. 7.1 average. 7.5 in the FA Cup, which he scored a goal on. Happy for him. Good season for him. 5-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, 6'4", medium-low work rates. Good physicals and really good technicals. Good physicals, not so great technicals, but he did feel a lot better than that on the ball, and heading accuracy, I think it should be over 60 at least. Finishing feels above 50 as well. No problems with that, even though his stats are really poor and the technicals there. Really looking forward to next season. Good output from Dominic Baker. Most of those appearances were off the bench, so I'm happy with his performance. Christophe Chevalier, overall of 53, gone up by 4. Great player to have, played a lot of games. 33 games, 29 in the league, a goal, an assist and a clean sheet. 6.7 average in the league, 6.6 in total. Had an alright season, 2-star, 5-star. Very interesting there. 5-star skill moves really do help him. Medium-high work rates, likes to track back as well. And good physicals there, as you can see. And the good thing is that he actually has some strength and the stamina. Really well balanced physicals. Technicals feel a lot better than that in game, and his finishing is off the charts. I just don't know why he has that technical dribbler, CPU-AI only trait. Again, feels that he has that trait, even though it says CPU-AI only there. And the ball control, god, it feels like in the 60s. Same with the dribbling. Should be a lot higher than it actually is. Then Stefan de Fresne, overall of 67, gone up by 7. The Scout Future Star is definitely one worthy of that title. 42 games, 39 in the league, 4 goals, 5 assists, 7 clean sheets, 6.8 average. It's a good output from your Scout Future Star. At the start of the season, he played most of the tough games. So you do have to consider that most of the time he didn't really got the service that he deserved. He had to do it all alone. Some of the games he could, some of the games he actually managed to pull it off with his 5-star skill moves. The other ones he just kind of missed out. He didn't really got the ball, so didn't really got to do much about it. Low medium work rates, does like to work hard for the team, which I really like as well. Another bloody left-footed player. Really quick, and he feels a lot stronger than he actually is. Very good on the ball, as you can see. Not only physically wise, but technically wise, he is there. He just needs to keep on growing, doing his thing. Then Philip Erskine joined us at the middle, like January, around January, maybe even December. 23 games, 5 goals and 2 assists. 6 clean sheets, 7.0 average, all of the games were in the league. Man of the moment, turned it on at the last end of the season. He was our main force. He was the driving force. 4-star, 3-star, 5'8", can play on either side of the wing, can play as an inside forward, can do midfield, can even do strike, even though he's small. He's quick, either on the ball or off the ball. Feels a lot better on the ball than those stats say. Curve and long shots, probably the reason why I feel so good is he can have a pot shot, and the keeper might have to work. Do tend to throw them a lot, they are clearly overpowered. And yeah, really did the job for us. That is it for the squad report. Well, that is it for the players. We have some kit upgrades to go through, and then we'll wrap up the episode. First kit upgrade for this episode, it is for Chumacero, and it's from Sam Vanel. He wanted him to wear number 15. Went from 7th to 15th in the numbers. Untucked tight, long sleeved shirt, normal socks, and I actually do have the boots. Let me show you them real quickly. Nike Vapor Elite Wolf Grey. Do look nice, I appreciate going for something different. Second kit upgrade, it is for Russo, and it is from JB3 Sports. Thank you very much, man. You wanted the high sock height. Second kit upgrade of the day goes to Nicola Russo, and it is from JB3 Sports. High socks, long sleeved, untucked tie, kit fit, and the boots. Those are the ones closer to lime green. They are the Adidas X18 Plus T-Mode ones. Next up we've got Camille Pokorny, and this kit customization is from Beerhams. Thank you very much. Gave me creative freedom apart from the number 95. Kind of suits him somehow. The boots are the Adidas Copa 19 Plus Initiator. So some white ones to match the ankle tape. You got the blue and white tape just to match his country's colours. I hope you're happy with that, mate. And last but not the least, this kit upgrade goes to Morgan Lewis, and it is from Sultan of Foot. Thank you very much, mate. Best of luck for the FIFA 19 cycle. And he went with the blue and red boxing tape, high socks and tuck tie kit fit. I don't have any Under Armour boots that are red. These are the only Under Armour boots that I've got. They are blue. So I went with some red boots that I didn't have used before. These are the Nike Vapor Elite Team Red. Let me know down in the comments section if you like that fit. That is it for this episode though. I hope you have enjoyed it. I'm see you all next time with the pre-season live stream. And until then, have a good one, guys. Bye bye.